to the Steemiverse, the Barbarella show with your hosts, Ravijojla and Anutu.
Welcome to the live streaming Barbarella show on Steemit Ramble Radio. Hello, you gorgeous ladies and gentlemen. I am Ravijojla and our chief co-host Anutu today will appear maybe a little bit later because they do suffer some inconveniences on the Malta island. But I have a nice and lovely surprise which he left for you all, so I am posting it at this moment on the voice chat text for you all with hugs and kisses from Anutu and Ravijojla team. Now, while you are reading so many love in a couple of words, let me introduce you my guest co-host at Crazy BG Adventure. Hello, you Crazy.
Hello. Greetings, Crazy.
Crazy's back. Okay, I hope that this will be a nice, refreshing breath for you before your own show coming back on air. So, yeah, actually, why not breaking the good old habits and spread some word about your upcoming show, will you?
Okay, well, yeah, my show is coming back in a completely different format. So Wednesday at 6 p.m. Be sure to tune in here on Rambling Radio for Hungry Hump Day, which is a show for the foodies, talking anything and everything about food. And we have an amazing guest joining us called Lizelle, and she is the queen of sandwiches. So we are sure to learn that it's more than just meat and two slices.
Great. So it sounds exciting. I hate this expression, but apparently I will use it. Mouth pulling. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess yes, the headphones are ear listeners from now on. Dear listeners, so I guess we will have to have some bites before we appear to your show. And I love another show having Steemit Ramble, but your name, the name of your show, gosh, I need to make a post and pin it on the wall. And I have a virus, I have something like a bug, and I continue to call it the Humpty Dumpty Hungry Show. Anyway. Still there's a melody. Okay, so let's move to our hot topics today on Steam Trends featuring our dear Klejo. Hello.
Hello everyone. Pleasure to be here. Captain Dream's team is on board with us. Crazy Beach Adventure, thank you for helping out and helping Anutu. Sorry if I'm not saying it right. Deranged Visions here with us. Edgar's Art, Engine Witty, Ravijojla. Thank you for having me. Shadows Pub, always a pleasure.
I wanted to personally thank you, Kalijo, because I'm gaining on reputation because of you, on your behalf and because of your name. So thank you very much. I did my review me post. It's not recommending it to you just now. Just wanted to tell you that this stunning personality Kalijo is attracts a lot of followers for me today, this week, and I'm just amazed. I'm left without words to describe it. So thank you for being our guest, and thank you for telling me that you will stay the entire show. So here we go. First trend, Steam to the Moon. We were actually discussing it before I put the record on. So yesterday was a great day. Steam was on the top. A lot of people voted. I used all possible email addresses I had to register and vote again and got back again. So would you like to tell us about Steam to the Moon? topic as a whole. In general, you have presented it already, but will you brief us again for those who missed you during the week?
For sure. I was really looking forward to this gathering of ours here on the Still Ramble Barbarella show. I guess first I'd like to say thank you, Ravijojla, for creating the Review Me profile because it's looking exceptional. I absolutely love the contact info part where you left your LinkedIn, Google Plus, Yepes, and Weku links on there, including the icons. I think that's really impressive, and it honestly looks like a complete resume right now. If I had to call this, because Review Me is still undefined, but if I had to summarize it, I would say this is starting to look like a LinkedIn thing for us here, because there's so much I learned about you in the About Me section. That you're a manager involved with business development of several small and medium enterprises, and et cetera, et cetera. Business incubator, a couple of crafts venues that you're a participant of. And if it wasn't for this Review Me, I honestly, I would never have asked you these questions in my entire life. Who would have known that you're an Eastern martial arts enthusiast as well? That's amazing. So I really welcome your profile.
I'm a fencing person. My tool is sword. I started this in Belgrade. The trainings were very exhausting, at least 2 hours, and depends on how many individual sparrings you would have. But anyway, thank you for having me, and thank you for creating this awesome business card for everybody on Steemit, as it reminded me of another good project started by the America for Bulgaria Foundation to motivate and encourage small farmers and small entrepreneurs to promote their farms and businesses. So this is always good to get people together, to get them close to each other. So I think this is a huge, huge project. And if you ask me, I see a couple of points in it that will enable you to upgrade it in the future. So this is awesome. For me, you are just a visionary. Let me put it like that. To be polite.
Thanks. I'm completely flattered, but this came. I was inspired by the fact that, well, the way I look at it is when you're faced with limitations, and let's face it, Steemit is not perfect, and that's the beauty of it. I actually, the reason I'm so in love with the platform is because I think it has so much potential to. It offers all this free open space for people to explore and incorporate their ideas into. And Review Me is just a small part on behalf of the community to initiate something like to create a space for a more personal connection with people. And I absolutely, for me personally, I love reading the About Me section, especially about people, and then finding out where they live and if they're willing to connect and sort of meet in real life. And I think in the future it'd be really awesome if you could find a person living in the same place as you are in Bulgaria and meet up and have a cup of coffee and say, hey, I found you through Review Me. That's really awesome. But yeah, these profiles on Review Me could potentially, as you said, become something even more. And I leave it to the community because I'm not advertising this, or I'm not working to make it a place where I can get anything out of it. The only value I have from this platform, Steemit, is the connections with people I make, and I think it's a wonderful thing. And Review Me is just like an extra layer that shows you certain interesting things about the people that you come across on Steemit. And I think it's a wonderful thing that it's growing organically and people are starting to pick up on it and start to explore and find out more details about one another. It's beautiful.
Lovely indeed. And this is the so-called creative curiosity that doesn't kill the cat at the end of the story. Because this is how I think that something could be improved if you are curious. What if I do this? So we are very grateful, and now that we have you, of course, we will be waiting impatiently to see new inventions and new ideas, any new initiatives. So we'll be glad if you hang around, and we really appreciate that you are among us. Really, we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravijojla. I think that we might one day have a complete database of crypto enthusiasts and community members that are spread far and wide across different communities, not just Steemit, but as you mentioned, Weku or Smoke.io or Whaleshares.io and things like that. And I think if we can all connect with one another and do things together, that's ultimately why a place like Reviewme could help us to get engaged with one another much better and on a more personal level. Still looking at your profile right now, and I keep reading it over and over again. I said, this is how you should set a profile. This is how you should advertise yourself. It's beautiful. Insightful.
Yeah, thank you once again. As a matter of fact, I had a entree coffee with Captain Dream's team before we set to prepare the Barbarella show today. And
I'm sorry, I'm in love with those people.
Oh, you do. We all are. So you see how the positive attitudes they breed. And now we have Anutu, whose power is down, and the kind of like crazy agreed to help and cover, so that I am not lecturing you today. Actually, we found something which may appear be the bad thing in this otherwise disaster today. So an idea came to me, and I thought that it would be lovely to have a guest co-host once a month, and just step aside and somehow train new radio stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and why not? So people may try this too. This is something what I see in Reviewme project. They could try to make a brand of themselves, make something sustainable, which will guarantee the personal contribution adding value. Oh gosh, I'm in love with adding value process. Everywhere I smell added value, I go and add value. So this is why I'm so impressed. Would you like us to, if you don't have anything to add to this, would you like us to jump quickly to the Steam flea market?
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually prepared something, and I think this will be an exclusive sneak peek into what's to expect. If I may share a screenshot in the voice chat, please give me a second.
Okay, sure. I think Crazy will have more questions for you whilst I am now officially announcing that I will take notes, as I'm very, very interested in the topic. Crazy, do you have questions?
Oh, sure, I've got some questions.
Right.
Yeah.
We were looking for some options to set products and services on the market, and we are interested in
Oh, look at that. You see, they've got censored over the name of it.
So, if you're ready, Luigi.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I just shared there is a screenshot of your personalized decentralized store that you can open on the Steem blockchain. And what you're looking at are called product cards. And within these product cards, you have your item description. If any of you guys have ever used a platform like Trello, this kind of looks like some of the elements that you may find on Trello. And you're using these little cards to basically publish your item description that you're either selling, bidding on as an auction style item, or giving away as a charity event for people. And your D-store will look something like this, where you have set your price. It's fully automated. You can actually use fiat to pay for the items by MasterCard, Visa card, or something like that, as well as PayPal. But by doing so, you earn crypto rewards, as some of you may already know. The way it works on Steemit is relatively simple. You have your upvotes, community engagement, incentives, and things like that. But I'm personally really excited about this because we are planning to have things. It's an SMT thing, yes, Engine Witty. So it will have its own token economics, and we're working on that really hard right now. And matter of fact, we're looking for more people to join in on the development. We have a private Discord server that kind of goes over the nitty-gritty details. And one thing I'd like to mention, Ravijojla, is that Deranged Visions, our witness, coffee witness on Steemit, he's going to be at Steem Fest, and we were able to sponsor partially his ticket to attend Steem Fest and to present this Steem Flea Market rebrand. Okay, so if you guys are visiting Steem Fest, you can approach Deranged Visions and learn more about this project, and he'll give you special business cards that will have QR codes where you can secure your airdrop token for the platform. I don't really want to say what the name is. I might have already, I'm not sure, but
I kind of noticed that you had censored over the top of the bit. I was like, damn, I got censored over the name.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely talk to Deranged Visions, and he'll actually have a limited set of t-shirts for giveaway. So if you're the first person to approach him, you will see him wearing the t-shirt with, you will know right away what this is all about. And you can approach him and say, hey, tell me more about this e-commerce solution on the Steem blockchain, and he'll give you away a t-shirt along with a business card through which you can then claim our custom token, which will be used as a utility token based on SMTs, with a really smart and rewarding way to distribute the reward pool in a very meaningful way that will help thousands of people, hopefully. And that's my dream ultimately, is to have something that people can use and ultimately leverage the whole potential that the blockchains, and especially the Steem blockchain, that it offers to our community and anyone who's joining the platform for the first time.
Absolutely convenient. Crazy. Would you mind if we sacrifice the next part, and instead of the coffee hour, give 15 minutes more for the people to discuss certain topics with Luigi? Are you okay, guys, with this?
Yeah, I don't mind that, because I think it's worthwhile, because I think people have a lot of questions, including me, because one of the questions I had to Luigi was, I remember you saying that because obviously people can pay for this through fiat and not just through crypto, which means that it can be a great link to Steem and a great link to people who aren't on Steem. So where do you plan on, or do you have plans already in place on other kind of channels that you're going to be promoting this? Because with it being such a global initiative, I think like a lot of people, I know Ravi and I would definitely be looking forward about getting on board, and I'm sure a lot of other countries are. So what kind of plans have you got in the making about getting the name out there?
Okay, so I am building a marketing team that will span the globe, and just like the rest of the initiatives that are on the Steem blockchain currently, we will have ambassadorship roles for people to represent the platform and to guide people and help them with things like establishing contact. And although the website will be, it will feature helpful elements such as the site guide or site tour. As you click around, you'll be able to see what's possible while you're there. But also, if anyone wanted to contact us and offer their skills or ideas, we do have a channel here on Discord where you can get in on the project early. I have about 5 people working on this right now. But we're certainly, I'm personally looking for people who'd be interested to be a part of this. And in the near future, we'll start a foundation campaign through which hopefully I'll be able to explain what the project is all about. And that will probably, that will happen sometime during the Steem Fest. So we're looking at November, from the 7th to 11th, that window there, we'll try to announce certain things and show you details and greater scope of the project itself. But like fiat gateways and all that's all technical stuff. So developers who are looking to jump in on this, we will have our code be available up for grabs on GitLab. So anyone's welcome to participate if this is something that you see yourself doing. So from marketing to coding to promoting, we're still building a system of incentives. It's all voluntarily based right now, but yeah. So if anyone's looking to get involved with the project on a deeper level, then please do contact me, and I'll guide you to the right place where you can be a part of it.
I'll contact you for sure. Marketing is my second ocean, next to Steem. But in marketing, I feel better because I'm not a new person there, so I'll be glad.
Yeah. Please, that'd be really great to have you.
Yeah, if anybody in the audience has any questions, because we've only got a small window of time to be able to get these questions out before we have to move on to the next segment, can you pop them in chat? Just so that we can let Kaliju know, because at some point, as much as we want to, and I'm sure we could all talk to Kaliju all day about this, but there's going to come a time where we have to move on. So if you've got any questions, guys, please put them up now.
Range Visions, sorry to interrupt, but the Range Visions is asking Kaliju, do you mind if I say something about the project?
Absolutely. The Range Visions is closely involved, and he'll be the one representing the project during Steem Fest. So if we could have this opportunity, then yes, I welcome the Range Visions to share his piece here.
Could we have you on the push to talk, or are you going to
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we do. Hello?
Hey, so I don't know if Kaliju explained like one of the main missions behind the project, but it's to use the reward pool in a meaningful way and to give everybody around the world the opportunity to earn their potential worth. So it's essentially like a humanitarian effort in a way, because you have people all over the world that have skills. Just imagine going, like traveling, and you have people that are making like handmade pottery or jewelry or something, and those people end up selling the stuff to the stores that the tourists buy the stuff from. But the ones that are making it, they don't make any money when they sell the stuff to the merchants that end up selling it to the tourists. But now with the project that we're doing, we're giving those people that are making the stuff an opportunity to make the money that they truly deserve, and using the reward pool in a way that would help subsidize the cost of shipping. So like this in a way it could potentially revolutionize the whole online marketing system or online merchant system, and give the small business owners a way to really have a way of making it for themselves without having a middleman taking any of their profits off the top.
Now, you mentioned something quite interesting there in regards to that, about, because obviously you've got things like Etsy, which is predominantly for the person who makes handmade items. At the same time, you've got eBay, which is kind of a lead in the auction now, kind of buy outright. Now, I remember from a last show that you said that you were doing it on a no-fee basis, so users wouldn't have to pay a fee for selling. Is that right?
I'll let Kaliju answer that.
So in regards to fees, we will have custom token economics built in on the platform, but it'll be really transparent, and the end user doesn't really have to worry about investing his own money on this. Later down the road, there will be certain premium features available, such as promoting your items that you're selling or giving away to the top search results, or providing a space for advertisers to actually advertise their stuff. Let's say you make a contract with Adidas, and you say, "Hey, I want to advertise your shoe on my store, and I have this much traffic coming in through it." So people like Adidas, for example, they would use our custom token to reward you for opting in to advertise their product per use case. So that's just to use. Some other people might not want to have any advertisements on their stores. But what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was just typing something.
I was just saying, like Etsy, for instance, the handmade seller pays a 20-cent listing fee to list, and then they charge 5% for the transaction. eBay take a cut of the sale, and sometimes they charge for the listing fee, other times they don't. It depends on the promotion. So are you looking at going down the similar route then, or would this be something completely different? That something completely different as opposed to what they do?
So for the most part, I think a person who has a business on Etsy already should stay there, but they should also open their business on the platform which we're offering, just because there will be no fees initially whatsoever to list anything. Certain, like I said, according to our token economics, I have some people working on this, and I can't really get into details because it'll sound like a promise. But what I can say is that the power of the blockchain, and Steem blockchain at that, is that we can undermine all of the operations by players like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, what's this other one? Fiverr, for example, selling digital products and stuff like that. So you have complete control and anonymous control over that. You don't share your data whatsoever. You're allowed to sell whatever you want. If you'd like, you can thank Silk Road, right? That's up to you. That's your risk. But things like that. So you're able to put up a product for sale or to just give it away, be rewarded for it, and the same goes for the buyer. So I think if you offer it to people and say, hey, I know you're on Amazon already, but why don't you take your brand over here on the blockchain? And it's very easy. There's no friction to set up your store and start selling your items. And on top of that, you get crypto rewards, not just from post rewards, as many would imagine, but there's a certain system in place that will allow for a really fair and sort of like guaranteed way to earn, from which you can then apply your earnings to things like distribution. Shipping fees can be minimized or eradicated completely by using the system if it's built on top of the Steem blockchain, and it's super fast. Plus, you'll be able to accept all types of cryptocurrencies on top of that. Of course, with Steemit and the Steem dollar and Steem, you will save the most, but it's all about options, and people will have the ability to accept fiat. And fiat gateways, as you know, they charge certain percentage, like Visa charges like 2.5, for example, per transaction, and things like that. Bitcoin, like crypto payment systems that are out there, APIs that are available, they all charge something. Amazon charges crazy amounts of money, like $24 subscription in order to be able to sell your goods, things like that. So I think what we're going to have here is this very community-oriented, organically developed platform where people can start, for the first time, they can initiate peer-to-peer trade across different countries and not worry about shipping and things like that, because they will earn enough to cover for it. And this is what we're aiming to offer.
Huge. Any questions so far? Crazy, do you have something more?
Not as much questions. I mean, we've got a lot of input. I think Andrew Witty's about fell off his seat reading his comments.
I told you this is exactly what I was doing before. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of think so, because he's really excited, which I think we all are. And Travis Brooks just put there, the Steam ecosystem continues to spread its tentacles. Gotta love it. And I completely agree. It's from small thing, from little acorns, big trees grow. And I think this will be a very strong and a very small but strong maturing tree that you guys have got there. So I'm really, really excited about it.
Great. So I like this smooth moving forward. And well, if you don't have anything else to ask or tell us, guys, shall we just quickly introduce our author of the week and move to more personal topics to be addressed to our big fish today?
Yeah, does anybody have any other questions before we move on?
Yeah, and if not, like I said,
it'll take up the whole rest of the show if you want to talk about it.
Guys, if you or any of your friends are going to Steamfest, talk to Deranged Visions. He'll have some goodies to give away and also get into more details when you're over there. But we'll find out soon enough. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be able to talk about it quickly, and man, just loving the vibes. I was going to say vibes. Loving the vibes here. Thank you so much.
Great. And which town in Poland is this? If it is Poland at all. It was Poland. the Steam Fest, I mean. Which town?
Poland.
Poland
Yeah.
is a country. Which town?
Krakow.
Okay, I'll tell friends there. I think I have a couple of people living there. And yeah, they may be interested to show up. Great, thank you. Yeah, so are we going to the author of the day? Crazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is a new artist to me. She works with ink and I think with watercolors also. She's creating beautiful sceneries and some portraits. Do we have a link to see the post? If not, I will redirect you.
Oh, hang on.
It's just her name is I think Dunya, and her Steemit name is Young Watercolor. I was impressed when I saw. Exactly. JavaScript is shouting something at me. Sorry. So when I saw precisely this post to be, yeah, indeed. And she has some fishes also. First time I thought she's using those special paints for silk, but it appeared to be watercolors. Lovely. It is very difficult to work with watercolors. Angie Whitty says that watercolors are a difficult medium. Yes, they are. Yeah, and here are the fishes. So we are very proud. We are very proud to announce Dunya for our artist and author of the week, and she is widely recognized now in her own community, and her posts are getting reward with between 1, 2, 3 SP, which is I think substantial for a newbie. So I'll be very pleased if you guys have the time to visit her spot, her blog on Steemit, and show some love and welcoming appreciation. I unfortunately couldn't ask her to join us on Barbarella because she's, for some strange reasons, technical nature, I presume, she's not using Discord. But I promise that we will send our good vibes to her, along with the record and the positive posts we all will do about the show today. So this was Dunya Young Watercolor, as I call her. We'll be glad to show up and give her some support. Thanks for that. And Kofia, deranged witness, are you here, dear?
Yes.
Okay, it's your turn now, as we are very proud to announce that Kofia Witness is our big fish today.
Cool. What does that mean?
Ravi, I don't think deranged visions is Kofia.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm deranged mentally.
Let me see if Kofia is around.
I see Kofia here.
No, deranged visions has got Kofia's name in his title.
Oh. So, excuse
You're a witness, Pete.
Excuse me, we have a good tradition in our country. When we confuse somebody's name, we are bound to buy a present. At least a shirt.
Well, it just so happens if Kofia isn't here, he is our big fish of the week. And he does an amazing job on the platform. I mean, I'm not going to take away Ravi's limelight here because she can promote, but The one thing I did want to say is that when I got really kind of started getting involved with Steam, Kafia was probably one of the first people that supported me. When I was just kind of finding my way and swimming in dark waters, and he really kind of took me under his wing and, left long, in-depth comments on my posts, and he is just an amazing member of the community. I think every single Discord I'm in, he's there. He's absolutely amazing guy, and he's got a passion in coffee. What more can I say? He's got an amazing knowledge of coffee.
Oh yes. My first impressions of Kofi was that he's very generous too. I don't have the honor to know him a long time, as I myself am not a long time of Steemit. But the first thing that was related to his generosity was some kind of a contest, a challenge he organized for us all. And his delegation was like forever. Like you had to do something and you have delegated as forever. So this was very, very indeed impressive for me. Now, I usually use some kind of personalized questions for our big fish guests, which I obviously wouldn't ask anybody else but Kofia. And if you crazy know which is his favorite song, you could stop, sing, or whistle it.
I don't know his favorite song, but I do know that he likes to participate on a regular basis to Snoop's Bad Karaoke.
Oh, I know he's a fan of Queen.
Oh, there we go. Willie's just put it. Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, choose a easier one.
Well, Dire Straits. I know Dire Straits because they're a UK. Hang on a minute, I am getting the right one, aren't I? Let me just think about this here. I'm sure they're a UK group there. I'm pretty sure they're based from the same place I am, Dire Straits. And that's his favourite song, and Willie's just he made a hilarious post about it the other day. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to find that post while you talk a bit more about him.
And I expected that you would sing this song, at least a part of it, or tap it, or whistle it.
I would, but I don't know it.
I could do the bass. If that you would use "We Will Rock You" from Queen, that would be much way easier because I could tap it one with my right hand. Yes, this is right.
There you go.
But no, here you go. Money for nothing.
Money for nothing. Yeah. It's hard to find one at Kofia's post because he's re-steamed so many of the posts.
Well, find it later and re-steam. Yeah, you can find re-steam. The range stations.
I'm sure we'll be around for the next show at 8 o'clock.
It's not a problem at all. We could use our 15 minutes now to go backwards to the coffee break. My coffee break today was about the manipulation. This is what I was like gathering some impressions throughout this week. You know that I and Anutu happen to read, review, and introduce to a lot of creators and pass through and go through a lot of content until we do our selection for the Barbarella show. And of course, you know how fabulous weekly digest Anutu prepares every time for us. So this is where at some point my eyes and my nose capture something that is not very pleasant. So I decided to forward this topic today, and I'll be glad if you join in the comment and discussing about manipulations. I'm not talking about this rough and aggressive manipulation through TV advertisement or whatever, which is very, very obvious. I'm talking about packed branded manipulation, about people passing messages with the purpose to somehow tell us what to think, or just to make us think the same way they are thinking. So one day I happened to have a real coffee in the real world with crazy PG adventure, and this is what I shared with him, that actually behind the message, guys, you would like to send, pass forward, there is always some kind of an intention, something that comes truly from your heart. If not, it comes from your mind, but then it is directed to everybody else to think precisely what you would like them to think, or the way you would like to fine tune them. What do you think about this, Gracie?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Sorry, I was looking through the confused post while you were talking. But yeah, I completely agree about, when you were saying, when I was reading, because when you said about, like, are we keen to mold people's opinions according to our taste and intentions? And for me personally, I think in some ways we have to. Not in all cases, but in some cases, because it helps us to get a better understanding. Because if everybody had the same tastes and intentions, then we would all be pretty boring, wouldn't we? So we have to have a variance, and sometimes it's important that rather than having a conflict, if we could find a mutual opinion, and find like or what we would call a happy medium, then surely that would be a better initiative, because otherwise you could end up with conflict, and nobody likes a conflict.
Sure. I just want to add up to that that I'm pretty neutral to such kind of conflicts. Like, I was reviewing some products, let's call them products, and it looked like as if somebody had intentionally selected two products, very different, glued them together to make a new third product, which was supposed to address me and make me like this, consume this, and have this forever. But I'll tell you something, some kind of a very sly manipulation could pass to me, but usually I am very not interested. Couldn't be disturbed by such things, which I usually would categorize like a subculture. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to tell you that subculture is something wrong, but as the way I am not interested in certain things that my aesthetics do not allow me to like.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I expect that the others are not interested too. But no, they need to come with double forces to make me think that this is good. But no, it's not. Let me put it very simple. If you see a sword and then you see a rusty knife, and they are trying to give you the rusty knife to serve the needs of a sword. No, this stays a rusty knife, and it will always be a rusty knife. No matter how you label it, pack it, put a ribbon on it, marketing it, no matter, it remains a rusty knife. A rusty knife is always a rusty knife.
And we don't want that rusty knife. No, we don't. We want that sword.
Oh, I'm on the broom.
Well, another way that you put it as well, which I think you were very apt the way you put it, and we'll not talk about the people that we were talking about, but we were talking about a specific topic, like you said, about when you were talking about subcultures and people who are into occultism and things like that, and you don't like that that way of interest, about horror movies and things like that, and it's not your style, and how it's, even if it's put across as it's not as bad as what it looks, that you still, somebody could package it up and say, actually, it's not really that bad, it's just because the movies make it worse than what it actually is. But it doesn't make it any different. Your feeling is your feeling, because that you are not interested in it, so nothing's going to change that.
The key to that conflict is as follows. I think it was mentioned somewhere by, of course, the wise Zenart. At Zenart, typed it in one of her posts. You need to say to learn how to say no to people first, and then we are not to feel guilty because we have rejected something, and we are not supposed to explain our wishes. If somebody asks you why are you not doing what they want you to do, you may easily get out of this blasted circle with telling them, well, because I don't want. And here the ball will be in your part of the field, because you're not supposed to explain your wishes, are you? Like, who will dare to ask you why you don't wish? This is now insane. So you don't want. This is it, and this is very clever, and thanks that Zenart have found this precious key to solving conflicts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody, chat has got so quiet because everybody's listening. There's so much attention.
Yeah, about guessing who's the killer. Nobody.
Well, this is it.
Nobody's the killer. It's just, that it appears that it is easier to manipulate, lie, and pack all this in a gift wrapping box with a ribbon on it. And that will sell on market very easily. Of course, short term, but will sell out. In comparison to implying more efforts and really contribute, really create a value. This is something, I have to wait, I need the money now, and yeah, very, very complicated for a fast world we are living in. So this is why I think we are surrounded by manipulators. Why I am so keen to talk about it, because guys, let's differentiate value from low quality. This show is about high quality content, and that's why we need to stick to the standards. If we don't have them, we need to create them. But what is worth it will always be worth it. As for all women know that classic lines in women's fashion. Always in. These are the good standards. They are always in. Yeah, they prove to be long-term results, but the outcomes are very effective. This is what I think. Just need to differentiate one from the other.
Absolutely.
Curtain fall.
Sorry, I've got a guy DMing me, begging me for Steam.
Oh, you do?
It's funny you should take out these try to manipulate me, saying I've got half a bag of rice and I've got no money and can you give me some steam?
Okay, you are not going to give him or her steam, but if you accept, I'll suggest something. There is a nice post created by the Dark Horse. No, it was not Dark Horse. It's Engine Wheaty's post. It's the Hulk post. Yeah. Copy the link and paste it, and there is a very generous delegation and a very good way to win some XP. But they need to start thinking about how they would earn this in life. Can't sit and wait and just think that everybody else will work for them. Yeah, so I really recommend Engine Wheaty's post with the Hulk image in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Bradley, we've got 4 minutes to the hour. It's coming up to wrap-up time. Anutu!
Hey, hello everybody, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you appeared. I knew you will come. Kisses, love.
I'm sitting here with our neighbors at the neighbor's house, and they were so thankful. They were so gracious to offer a plug for the laptop and Wi-Fi, and we're still waiting for the architect to confirm what's going on with our house because we have severely structural damage to the water.
But you made it, and I'm so glad you did that for us. My goodness.
Yeah. Don't worry, Anutu, I held the fort for you. I kept the torch burning.
Thank you so much, Crazy Bags. That is so cool. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so much.
I think it's fair enough that we leave Anutu to talk in what is remaining to the end of the show. Do you agree with me?
I just, yesterday was an exhausting day, and it's still like, we don't know if we can stay in the house because it's not clear. The architect has to confirm first, and it seems they have to open up walls and tear down parts of the interior. And, that wasn't quite clear yesterday. And, we're still waiting for the architect to confirm because this is a structural wall that is important for the house structure, and before they go with their sledgehammers to tear it down, they have to check for. So, it's like, but I'm still positive, ride the waves, there are people around